This move has been a long time coming. Some love it, some hate it. But we're going to talk to someone who has been pushing for this since the very beginning. Joining me now is Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, chair of the House Progressive Caucus. Congresswoman, welcome. Congratulations on your effort. First out of the gate, what's your reaction to this news?
Well, Michael, it's great to see you. And I got to tell you, this is just such terrific news for 43 million people across the country who are going to get some form of relief. 20 million people will have their debt entirely canceled, and another 23 million will see some sort of relief. And I have just been hearing the stories and been moved to tears by people whose dreams are now possible. People who can move out of living with mom and actually think about renting an apartment for themselves, even though they're grown and they've not had that ability for so many years. People who have dreams to be able to actually buy a car so that they can get a different job. I mean, all kinds of stories that are just so phenomenal. And I really think the president has done something remarkable and something that will change lives.
So, Congresswoman, of course, with your enthusiasm comes some questions, concerns. Not everyone is seeing this as a great thing to have happened. For example, the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal editorial boards both agreeing that this is a problem, coming out against this decision, quite frankly. Are you worried about that kind of criticism, that in the end this policy is not fair, particularly when you have many Americans feel like, well, wait, I paid my bill. Why don't they get to pay their bill?
Well, look, I'll say a couple things about this, Michael. First of all, it is not fair that the cost of education has gone up so dramatically over the last 10 years, 20 years, where somebody who went to college 20 years ago, maybe paid, $500 a quarter for a state university, is now paying 20, 25, 30,000, even just to go to a community college. It is not fair that we tell people, our young people today, that they need to get a higher education, that it's required for the jobs of today. And yet they are not able to do that without this crippling debt. And so should we have fixed it a long time ago? Absolutely. Do we have more to do to actually make it possible and affordable for people to go to college without this debt? Absolutely. But is this the right thing to do now, to bring relief to people and give people the opportunity to do the things that they need to do in their life? I really believe it's true.
So I've got a two-parter here for you, because it kind of follows up on the point you just made. Shouldn't we then be looking at the cost of educating individuals in this country to begin with, to avoid why are we spending $70,000 a year to send a child to college? That's the first question. And as far as, the results of what we saw this week with progressives celebrating this opportunity, is this a result of that effort that the progressives in the Democratic Party have pushed for this and have now shaped it in such a way that it actually got accomplished?
Well, on the first part, absolutely. We have to be looking at the core problem of higher education becoming unaffordable. And I think that there are a lot of ways to address that. I think if you look at the proposal that President Biden, then candidate Biden, endorsed during the campaign, which is my proposal with Bernie Sanders, for free community college and free higher education 2- and 4-year colleges, that is a really important proposal. We need to get to being able to do that. We need to make sure that the government is not charging interest that is even more than what we need to be charging. I mean, people are paying enormously high interest rates, and the debt collectors are getting rich, but it makes no sense. So yes, there are many things to do. But as you know, Michael, the way government works is you don't fix everything all at once. We actually did try to get free 2-year college into the Build Back Better plan. That would have been a good start for people to be able to go to trade schools and get the skills that they need to be able to get the jobs that are going to be created now through the infrastructure bill and through the CHIPS bill and many other things. So yes, I totally think that there are many other things to do. That doesn't mean we should stop progress right now for 43 million people who are going to get relief. To your second question, I love the question. Thank you. I have always said that being a progressive just means you are the first to the best and most just idea. And then everyone else has to run and catch up with us. And I think that is what you have seen is the movement really creating the opportunity to have this be a mainstream idea, something that is accepted by the President of the United States and is mainstream in the Democratic Party.
So we got about 30 seconds up, but I do want to pick up on that point about progressives being the best and the first to get there. How does that play for the midterms? How does this effort, this success on this type of effort to relieve debt play for Democrats this fall, do you think?
It's fantastic. Look, Democrats are delivering with the narrowest margins in the House and the Senate. We have delivered with the American Rescue Plan, with the CHIPS bill, with the PACT Act, with the Inflation Reduction Act. We are taking care of working people. And Republicans have not been with us on the majority of those things. So we have an opportunity to sell that we are for working people. We are for opportunity. We are fighting for regular people to be able to thrive, not just survive. And I think that's a great message for us to be out there with, as well as protecting our freedoms, Michael.